Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Deal podcast. Today we have a very special guest. I was watching your videos for many years, and there was always something that helped me as an agent to work better on the market, to describe the situation to the client better. And I'm really happy that today I'll have a chance to ask you several questions. We have today Dr. Mahmoud. If you open his LinkedIn page, there are so many things in which he is involved. But today we need to specify with... maybe it's better if I'll let you introduce yourself, and we'll take it from there.
Well, first, thank you so much. I've been watching your podcast and was very excited to see all the great people you interviewed before me.
Which one was your favorite?
Oh, I like them all actually. But the one that was Anthony inspired me a lot because I met Anthony. I know how great person he is. And being here in Dubai, land of opportunities, and how he came from Lebanon with nothing and he became who's he today. So this is a success story that we always hear in Dubai. People who came here because this is the land of opportunities. This is the land that has 217 nationalities of people, more than the United Nations. So back to the question on who's me.
Yes.
Well, I always call myself, I'm a product of Dubai, and I'm very proud to be product of Dubai. I know, especially His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. The great support I got from him in my education, getting my bachelor, 5 degrees, master degrees, and a PhD. That's why they call me a doctor. Although doctor make me feel like I'm too old.
But still, you have it on your Instagram, so...
Yeah. So, I mean, I have several degrees, all in real estate, cities. So I have PhD in cities competitiveness, masters in cities management, and MBA finance. So a lot of education I've done. But I also have been working in Dubai government for a long time. I started with Dubai Holding for a few years, then joined Dubai government, and I've been in the real estate regulation for a long time. But at the same time, I teach at the American University in Dubai, and I do a lot of work with NGOs like International Real Estate Federation. So I'm fully dedicated to the real estate industry. I always look at real estate industry as an industry of hope, because it's an industry that provides people with home, provides them with office, with retail, schools, health. Anything you see is real estate in terms of physical presence. But at the same time, it's an industry that provides job opportunities. And you know, and a lot of people know, people who made their fortune in real estate, especially in Dubai, where you have real estate is 15% of your GDP.
15.
But it also impacts 60% of non-real estate GDP. So it's a very important sector. So I'm glad to be with you today. I'm glad to share the insights about the market and what we're going to see in the coming few years.
Before going to the future, let's discuss a little bit the past. Yeah, you've been on the market for so many years, and I want to hear your opinion about the last 2-3 years. What happened with Dubai, and definitely it was a great time for us. Hopefully it will continue. Why do you think we had such good 2-3 years in the real estate market in Dubai?
This is a good question. When you look at real estate markets and how competitive they are, factor number one actually is there a vision behind what they're doing? So a lot of markets, they have regulations, they have strategies, but there is no vision. In Dubai, we're different. We have His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. Sitting with this great leader, you will see how much competition and competitiveness occupies from his mind. He always says, if you're not number one, then you're not on the map. He always wanted Dubai to be number one. He always wanted Dubai to be the best place on earth for people to live in, the best city on earth to do business. So it's a business city, but at the same time, it's a city that attracts people to live a good life, peaceful life. And as you know, we're the safest city on earth. But what happened in the last 2 years, if we look at it, actually, COVID itself, at the beginning, everyone thought this is going to be a crisis and a recession and real estate market will go down. But the way that Dubai handled this crisis, the resilience of Dubai, we managed to control the health risk of COVID, but at the same time, we remained open for businesses. We put the safety of people at the top, but at the same time, economy was doing great. And that's why we started to see influx of people and companies from all over the world with long-term vision. They want to stay in Dubai. They want to, because they feel safe in it. A lot of them move their businesses to Dubai. So they saw how the government here was proactive, how Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, the president of the country, the first few days of COVID, he said, don't worry, la tshillun ham in Arabic, which means don't worry, we'll take care of it. It will pass. And this is what happened. Dubai became a safe haven. People came here. They had long-term residency, was one of the policy innovation in time of COVID. People now manage to get 10 years residency, golden visa, 5 years of green visa, and so on. They also can get their own company without a local partner.
Oh, this was a big thing.
Yeah. So all these policy innovation, government resilience, vision, laws and regulation that protect people's rights, together created a system that made Dubai an amazing place to invest and live and do your business and raise your kids. And on the top of that, it's safe. It's peaceful. Safety and peace, you cannot quantify them. In such world that's full of crisis and wars, people really appreciate peace and appreciate tolerance. You're in a country that has all the religions, 217 nationalities, but we never heard of a tension between any class or any religion or any race, because we created our own United Nations. People who share vision of doing great, coming here to improve their life, living condition, and to raise their kids.
I absolutely agree with you regarding the safety point. Like in my experience, I have a lot of clients who are moving from Europe, and they're really concerned about safety over there. Like they're saying you cannot walk with expensive watches in the streets of London. Like somebody can come and take it from you. And right now they choose Dubai as a destination. So we had a quite big wave of people who are moving in here. Do you think this trend will continue? And if it will, what will stimulate it?
You know, the most famous thing we used to hear in the beginning of COVID, this especially in social media, Habibi, come to Dubai.
Yeah.
Right? Recently I saw a guy who said, Habibi, khalas, don't come to Dubai. We have enough people. Well, actually, look, Dubai is a city that works with a strategy. It doesn't work randomly, not spontaneously. So now we have Dubai Strategy 2040. Dubai Strategy 2040 is we want to double our population by 2040. Today we have 3.5 million people. We want to reach almost 6 million by 2040. We want to double our green area. We want Dubai to be the best city on earth for living. We want Dubai to be a 20-minute city where everything can be walkable and bikeable within 20 minutes from your home. So what we're creating is a city that has the highest standards of living, safe city that provides economic opportunities, city that's tolerant, and city that above all is resilient. So all the factors, all the infrastructure, the digital infrastructure, the physical infrastructure, and the non-physical infrastructure, all these infrastructure will guarantee that Dubai has competitive advantage that will make us stand out among all competing cities. So if you go and ask investors nowadays, I mean, I did a poll on my LinkedIn. I said, if you are to buy a property in the coming 12 months, what city will be your first choice? And 64% of people said Dubai. So we think that given the dynamics of Dubai, its visionary leadership, the laws, regulations, safety, ease of doing business here, we will continue to attract people and we will reach double population even before 2040. And this is something we see from numbers, the number of tourists, the number of companies moving to Dubai. We became a digital hub, companies moving, headquarters moving, millionaires and billionaires are coming to Dubai. So it became the safe new haven for people.
Do you know what are the strategies that the government wants to use to attract, to double this population? Because one of the issues that I have as an agent sometimes is that my clients are asking me, "Oh, who gonna live in all these buildings? Like you guys are keep on building. Obviously, I'm explaining them that people are coming and stuff. Is there something that agents don't know or should know about the strategy for growing the population besides what we have now that the tourist is growing and stuff?
See, Dubai is about 6 hours far from half of the population of the globe, right? And 3.5 million people living today in Dubai, doubling it to 7 million is not going to be a difficult job for Dubai because you have the infrastructure ready. But what are the things that the government is doing? The golden visa is one. Now you can get a golden visa, stay in Dubai, 10 years renewable. In real estate, for example, if you buy a 2 million and above, cash or bank, whatever, but the equity of you is 2 million, you are eligible for a golden visa. So this gives you a peace of mind in long term. So a lot of people now buying property, applying for 2 or 5 or 10 years of residency. So residency, the ease of corporate law now, you can do your own company without a sponsor. So we see a lot of companies moving to Dubai. How we attract technology company. Dubai now is working on the metaverse. We have the first authority on earth called VARA, Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority that regulates virtual assets. So that will attract the Z generation and millenniums, the young generations who are thinking about digital currency and the metaverse and technology. And with this system expanding, now we want also to be a hub for universities, so we'll attract students. Students, they can come with their families. We're attracting tourists. We're working on all kind of promoting tourists and tourism. So attracting businesses, attracting talents, giving them long-term arrangement for residency and business trade license without a sponsor. All these policy innovations will definitely help us to attract more people. However, on the top of that, we are in a region that is not stable. We have instability in so many parts of the Arab world, even beyond the Arab world, Eastern Europe. And with such uncertainty and wars and the risk of instability, people always find Dubai to be a tolerant city, a safe city, a peaceful city. So as much we don't wish that instability continues, but unfortunately this region has been always unstable. So if you go to the Arab youth, the young Arabs, so their first destination is Dubai. Their dream is to become the Arab dream became Dubai. The Arab dreams of youth and young people in this Arab world that we have almost 400 million Arabs, most of them, their first dream is not the US. We used to hear first, long time ago, American dream. But now we see people shifting. No, the Dubai dream. Yes, we will have competition from the region, but this is good because this will improve the quality. So I think getting double population by 2040 is not a difficult job for Dubai. And we've been always, by the way, accused that this is a bubble that's going to be burst. Dubai is not sustainable. We proved them wrong in 2008. We proved them wrong in 2013 when we hosted or when we won Expo. We proved them wrong in 2020 when COVID happened. So this supply, because our model in Dubai build and they will come, and we're sure that people will come. And this supply, and I promise you, we need double of it if we continue to attract people with the rate that we have.
Talking about competition in the region, because people understand, like there is Abu Dhabi, there is Saudi Arabia that are building some interesting projects, and they're doing quite well. Do you think there is a real competition for Dubai?
See, Sheikh Mohammed Rashid, the ruler of Dubai, always say, we compete with number one. We compete with ourselves. We want to be continuously improving ourselves. He believes that competition is good to increase and improve the quality. So we welcome all this competition. It's actually healthy. It helps us to improve. It helps us to take Dubai to the next level. And we're not competing with the region. We're competing internationally. Dubai today competes with New York, with London, with Paris, with Singapore, with Hong Kong. So you are competing globally. And having regional competition is good to help you maintain and even go higher in the international ranking. So you have a leader that he was asked 10 years ago, how much you achieved of your vision for Dubai? He said, I achieved 10%. Then 6 years later, he was asked the same question by the same journalist. And he said, well, actually what I achieved is only 6%. So the journalist said, how come you said 10% a few years ago and now it's 6%? He said, look, our vision become bigger and bigger on a daily basis. So we dream big. And we have no impossible. We have a ministry of no impossible. So everything is possible. Competition is good. We welcome it. It will help us a lot. But also, success story of Dubai helped cities and countries in this region. They're building on the success story in Dubai. And Dubai has been very generous in sharing our model with neighboring countries. At the end, we share the same language with them. We share the culture. We share so many things. So I don't see any threat. I see it as a positive thing, and it's good for the region.
Mahmoud, what do you think about like the new corporate tax? How will it affect the real estate market?
Well, this is a question we always get asked. Frankly speaking, investors will not be impacted directly by this corporate tax because it's more into on companies. So I think we should wait and see what that will be, because when VAT was introduced, a lot of people said, no, this is wrong and why it's introduced at this time, but we proved actually that
nobody's noticing it now.
Yeah, and it's part of building sustainable financing and economy.
For sure.
All these reforms that we have on taxation has been based on international benchmark and studies, and we still provide one of the lowest tax regimes for companies. So real estate per se has so many positive factors that's pushing it upward. You will still have some headwinds. You still have some forces working on, let's say, real estate industry, making it, this is a risk that you always have to take into account. This is a cost you have to take into account. But at the end of the day, I see the impact very minimum.
Yeah, you know what I share with my clients? Well, first of all, whenever I'm traveling through the city, showing some projects and areas, I always tell to the clients, like, guys, pay attention to these roads, pay attention to these bridges, to highways, etc., etc., etc. And imagine the government built all this on their own money. So they didn't take the tax money like it happens in my country, and so obviously somebody's stealing and stuff. So they invested their own money, and obviously they did an incredible job. So with the money that they're receiving from tax, definitely it will affect the infrastructure, but at the same time it will affect the sale prices in the real estate, because the construction materials become more expensive and the logistics becomes more expensive. But in the same time, the infrastructure around your tower will be as well better. And again, yesterday was a better time to buy than tomorrow. But in my opinion, tax will definitely affect on the real estate in the terms of the price and as well the infrastructure. We cannot say that it's good or bad. We need to deal with it. But for as you said, for sustainability, it's definitely way better for the government to have a bigger budget, and they definitely know how to use it. And investors, as Mahmoud said, will not be affected by it. You don't need to pay corporate tax on the income from the real estate unless it's owned by the foreign company, like there was something written over there. Mahmoud, right now there are a lot of developers, not only clients who wants to buy here the property, but as well developers who are looking to enter the market. But it's not easy for them to pass. The main thing that they're complaining is that we have escrow accounts. They need to put the money there, so only guys with the money can come and open. Start selling the projects here. What are some of the common mistakes that you see some new developers are doing when they're entering a new market, which is Dubai for them?
Good question. Well, developers, they're a stakeholder and a key stakeholder in Dubai. We have many of them in Dubai, few hundreds of developers who work in Dubai real estate market. So the real estate market in Dubai for developers is a straightforward market. It's governed, the most important laws are regulation, but the most important one is law number 8 of 2007, which is the trust account or escrow account law. It has improved over time. What we have currently is that we make sure that developers are financially capable of finishing the project on time, because we want to protect investors. We want them to put their money with a developer that is capable of finishing on time. So if you are a developer who has good liquidity, buy a land 100% and put some equity in the escrow account and sell from day one. We have the off-plan model that you can sell from day one, and you can actually cover most of your construction costs from the pre-sale, from the off-plan sale. We have strong presence of agencies in Dubai. I mean, I would like from this podcast to thank the real estate agents of Dubai. I call them the ambassadors of Dubai for the amazing job they've done. They sold real estate to people from 217 nationalities. Without their support, we would never been able to sell this. I mean, in Dubai, every day you see a project, but also you hear that this project was sold in one day. Thanks to investors, but also thanks to brokers who help developers to sell the city. So I don't want to say mistakes. I want to say underestimation. I see a lot of new developers who are hesitant to take decisions. I've seen them 2 years ago. I see them today. They haven't bought parcels of land. I told them, well, 2 years ago it was cheaper. A year ago it was cheaper than today. So the timing of when to enter, the speed of entry is important. We are a fast city. If you will take your time studying feasibility, making sure that this is feasible, you will waste a lot of time. Some of them tried not to work with the brokers. They wanted to save commission and stuff, but they were not able to sell property. So I think it's straightforward. Have an escrow, buy the land, have an escrow account, work with agents, and give us a new product. We have so many developers. Competition is high. Give a good product and people will buy it. But also good customer service. A lot of developers focus too much on selling, but little about service. This customer who bought from you, paid you 10%, you're not answering their call. You're not answering their emails. No, I'm not talking about all developers, few of them. So strengthen your customer service. Have a customer support function within your organization. But also after the construction is done, make sure that the way that this property is managed is good, because this will impact the value of the property of investors. And by the way, you are a developer not for one project. You want them to come back to you. You want word of mouth. So I've seen some issues, but the good thing is that even developers who did mistake in the past, they learned so much from these mistakes. And what you see now is a better quality, better customer service, outreach. The relationship with the brokers is amazing. I love how this is developing in this market, and brokers became more of, positive force to drive more interest and more demand to Dubai. So I think the success story of the real estate market is private sector, public sector partnership. And so what we see is, yes, a few issues here and there, but over time, developers learn how to get things done in the right way.
Yeah, for us, for agents, what sometimes is annoying that, obviously the commission part as well.
Yeah.
Then sometimes
That's the most important part.
Then sometimes we're getting paid too late. Is there something that an agent can do in the situation when he's not getting paid?
Well, this is a tricky question. I can tell you there is a contract between you and the developer. It mentions all the way about the commission, how is it paid, and so on. But I have a recommendation because I've seen some brokers who took the hard line with developers and they were very confrontational and they lost partnership. So I think you need to make sure that you handle this relationship with the developer in a professional way. I guarantee you in Dubai, no one, your right will be protected, and the court system and the government is supporting that regard. But you have to handle it in the right way. So building friendship with developers is important. In case they're late in paying your commission, you have to bring it to their attention, but don't make it confrontational. I know some brokers, they got their commission, but now they're not in good terms with developers. So you need to look at the long term. And also you need to have good relationship with them to get things done on time. But I mean, I've been working in this industry for a long time. I only saw 2 cases that was brought to the government attention for non-payment of service of customer of commission. Only 2 cases. So I'm sure all these things can be handled more in a over cup of coffee relationship. Don't underestimate the strength of coffee. Having coffee with them, trying to see how you can work it out with them, installments, maybe different payments, 2 or 3 payments, you will get it done.
And sometimes it's good as well for them. Like I'm telling to these guys, because right now I'm getting a lot of requests like that. It's to set some amount aside, because some of the developers usually pay a commission from the escrow account, right? And it takes a lot of time to get the money out of that. So it's good as well to have something on the side to use the money to pay to the agents. I'm curious to know your opinion. If a developer will approach you and ask your advice, is it better to build a building or maybe a complex of the townhouses or villas? What would you recommend, or you don't have any specific recommendations on this?
Well, I think it's you need to study the market. So currently, it's the market of townhouses and villas.
How do you define? Why do you think it's townhouses and villas now?
Well, so many reasons. I think some of them are technical, and some of them actually after COVID. So after COVID, we've seen an international movements toward big houses, house that has a balcony, house that has a garden, because people were stuck in homes for a while, and this memory is still there, by the way. So people now, they want to live in a more comfortable setting. They don't want to be, trapped or jailed in an apartment as they've seen and witnessed in COVID time. However, although Dubai, we did not have, I think it was a couple of weeks that we had to stay home, stay safe. So this is one. But the second, and let's be frank about it, and myself, I'm an investor. I buy a property because I always do calculations and say, okay, I'm buying this property. If I'm buying in an apartment, most of the time I have to pay high service charge that will eat up 1/3 of my income. So I prefer paying 3-4 dirhams per square foot for a villa than paying 15 and 20 dirhams per square foot for an apartment. So the life cycle cost of maintaining a villa is cheaper than maintaining a building. Building, you need replacement cost. Over time, you need to replace many major parts that cost money, and so on and so forth. Plus, we had actually less supply of villas and townhouses in the last decade. So now we see more of supply coming in that sector. So the capital appreciation is high.
Why do you think it was less in the last decade?
Well, this is a question that I always ask myself. Why? I think part of it is that developers wanted to build high-rise, okay? And they said maybe with high-rise you can achieve higher IRR and NPV, net present value, and profitability. And also maybe the demand side. People maybe were not excited about having big villas that's far from the city center. They wanted to live in the city, in key city centers, And this is mainly apartments. Villas were always seen to be at the end of the city, not in the center. But now, what used to be called the end of Dubai or the center, it's now in the center of a new economic center.
Now it's called Dubai Hills.
Yeah, exactly. So distance now is not an issue. With advancement of technology, you can do your business from home. And this home can be 1 hour far from the city center or 40 minutes. And now we see Dubai now is moving towards Abu Dhabi. You have Jebel Ali, all the great developments that's going there. We have things going on Al Ain Road. So now Dubai is expanding and we are building new economic centers. So with that, we have land, and Dubai has the facilities, the infrastructure, the malls, the service centers now are everywhere. Before, maybe you need to come to Deira to get government services. Now government services come to you, digital and so on. So the distance, the communication advancement, all these changes have made actually villas more attractive for people.
And you as an investor, you're focusing more on the villas, on the townhouses.
Yeah, I focus on villas and townhouses mainly.
What is your favorite investment strategy? Like, do you buy ready? Do you buy off plan?
Well, that's a good question. My strategy: buy when everyone sells and sell when everyone buy.
What do you do now?
I sell. Well, I sell and buy. It depends. See, I think off plan is a great product because you can bypass the banking system. You don't need to worry about down payment. You don't want to worry about interest rate going up, going down. I mean, going down can be an issue. But the strategy of selling when everyone buy and buy when everyone sell, I've been using it for a long time and it works very well. And that goes back to us as a human. We are social animals. Our emotions control our investment decisions. We see when everyone is buying, we go buy. It may be, if it's the right timing, it's okay. And when everyone sell, we panic and we start selling. I've seen a lot of people lost money because they bought at the wrong time and they sold at the wrong time. It's okay to buy at the wrong time, but wait till the right time comes in.
Mm-hmm.
People who bought in the Palm long time ago, garden villa for 2.5, signature for 4 million now, multiply by 10. But if they sold it just at the COVID time because, we panic COVID, they would have not make enough good profit. So I think the timing of investment is important. Don't be driven by emotions. Buy from the right developers. I always say that. Right in the real estate is about location, but it's about the right developer. Because if you buy from the right developer, especially off plan, you will get guarantee that this project is going to be delivered. Instead of choosing a developer who doesn't have a record history of success, and you go and try your luck, maybe this project, instead of finishing in 5 years, takes 10 years. Your money is trapped there. So I choose the right developer. When I buy off plan, I always look at project that is 50% ready and above. Mm-hmm. I make sure that they're in good location, downtown, close to downtown. Future is coming. So, for example, Jebel Ali, I've seen that it's a future a few months ago or even a year ago. And I said, I know the prices are too low, but see, every parcel of Dubai today or in 10 years will be 10 times the price of Dubai of today. So yes, it's expensive today, but it will be more expensive in the future. Mm-hmm. Because still, I have a lot of friends from India. They tell me, Mahmoud, buildings and price per square foot in Bombay and Delhi is more expensive than most of Dubai. So we still affordable in international meaning. We still, as a country, undervalued in terms of real estate. So there's still growth opportunities. So overall, smart, intelligent investors should be also knowledgeable about laws and regulation. I see a lot of people who don't know the rental laws. When you can evict a tenant, when you can increase the rent. All these are important decisions. I know that I can increase my rent, and that will increase my rental yield, and that will increase the value of my property. So there's so many things. If we are aware of laws, regulation, our rights, our responsibilities, then we will take the right investment decision. We will exit in the right time. And also another last advice on this, I always follow this strategy. Don't be greedy. Because if you become greedy, you will make wrong decisions. So I say 10% capital appreciation is good.
And 20, you exit.
And I exit. Why should I wait for 20 and 50? So sometimes...
Do you exit and you reinvest, or like... because sometimes people are waiting for another 20 because they don't know where they can put the money.
Well, I mean, greed is when you become too much, stuck with the investment because you think that the million of today will be 2 million in few months, which is not going to happen. If I invested 1 million today, it became 1.5 million. It's enough for me. I've seen some investment actually. They were at the beginning of COVID, I invested a lot because I felt that this is the right time. Because whoever trusts Dubai will be rewarded. When it's a crisis time, this is the right time to invest. When it's recession, this is the right time to buy. You will get good bargain. You will go and bargain and get discounts from developers, right? You'll tell them, look guys, it's not a good economic condition. Give me discount. Give me payment plan beyond 5 years, incredible. 10 years. So, but again, I'm still saying that Dubai is undervalued. But again, we have to be ready for cycles. Real estate is a cycle, ups and downs. But the best investor is the investor that buys at the rock bottom and sells at the top. But you don't know with
nobody knows
confidence.
When.
So you have to be smart, not greedy. Good profit is good enough to exit.
Which areas do you think are right now have a good potential for growth?
For the future?
Yes.
Okay, because the hot areas now are the areas that we know, like Meydan, the Palm, Marina. This is currently the hot areas. But the future, I see it, I don't know why I have so much confidence in Jebel area. You have the largest airport, the largest port, logistic hub, connected to Abu Dhabi, close to entertainment hub, close to all the activities, and it's a major strategic geography of Dubai that's going to be the future. So I think Jebel Ali has a great potential as an area, and I think the prices there are still very affordable for people. Even if you think you are too late to the real estate game in Dubai, you still can get good prices in that area.
What can you buy there? Like
plot for villa. So it was at COVID
Jebel
time.
Ali Hills?
Yeah, it was 60 dirhams per square foot at the time of COVID.
I love these plots.
Then it became 100, 120. A few days ago, I heard it's 150.
It is 150 now, 1.4.
Yeah.
But I love these plots. Yeah, and I'm thinking as well it's a very good opportunity to buy. Yeah. And I don't know what is the laws there for how long you cannot you can keep it.
You can keep it. You'll pay service charge because now
you keep it for
when it's the right time to build. But 100 dirhams there, 100 dirhams per square foot in Dubai is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Actually, till recently, I'm talking about like 4 months ago. It was 100 dirham per square foot. Today, after the Palm Jebel Ali was announced, on this side, you have the other side. So I think there is a strategy that some people use, that they invest in prime location at the crisis time, so this will appreciate for sure, or buy in very remote areas that you think with the time, if you don't need that money, this will double. So I have very good confidence in that part of Dubai. It's definitely going to be the future.
And this, well, I assume you have a plot there. Will you develop?
I was offered 160 dirham per square foot.
Will you develop something there, or you will keep it as a land?
Yeah, I will.
We need to discuss that after the podcast, because I'm Jebel Ali Hills, right?
Yeah.
I think this is the area that where there is a big potential. Besides Jebel Ali, is there any other areas? Maybe with the lower entry level
all
prices?
The projects now on the road to Al Ain Road. Now we see some of projects. Amar recently launched Oasis. So I think these projects also, Nashama projects, if you go to Nashama area, by the way, I really like it. People love it. Family destination. So I think, overall Dubai, anywhere in Dubai, if someone calls you and say, let's meet, how much you tell him you need time? If you can move now, half an hour.
Half an hour, yeah.
Maximum.
Anyway, yeah.
40 minutes. So it's a city that's the longest trip is maximum 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is reachable. And I think if you are late to the game and you want to buy to live in, it's not too late. But if you want to be a speculator, which I don't recommend, a lot of people may buy off plan today with an aim of that will double and so on. Maybe they will have their finger burned, because you never know when is the slowdown will start. I mean, no market can continue to skyrocket forever. So I think it all goes back to what's your investment strategy and why you're investing. Are you an end user? You want to live there? You want to save the cost of rental, because rental are going crazy, increasing everywhere. So everyone who stayed in Dubai more than 2 years or 3 years, I tell them, please do calculations. It always make more sense to buy than to rent. Yes, you may say, I'm not sure if my job is going to be a long-term job. Well, look, this is a market of opportunities. You lose a job today, find another job, build your business, do a business. So overall, I think home ownership will increase in Dubai.
What the government can do to increase it?
Well, see, the government believe in the free market, that whatever there's a demand for, developers will build. And the government, 70% of supply is coming from government developers. So Emaar now see that we should build affordable. They're building affordable. Before, Emaar was only about luxury. Nakhil, other developers, Wasl, all government developers, they have affordable segments within their projects. They give payment plan. You don't need to go through banking system. So there's several stuff that government developers are doing. However, if you're talking about what the government will do in terms of making people feel more secure to buy real estate, well, now I give you a long-term residency. If you buy a real estate, if you buy 750,000 dirham, you guarantee that you will stay in Dubai forever, even if you don't have a job, right?
Yeah.
Because this is 2 years. If you buy 1 million dirham and above, 1 million dirham equity, and you are 55 years old, you get 5 years residency. If you buy 2 million, even if it's off plan, you get 10 years. So people now investing in real estate, it's not only an asset for you and your kids and the future of your kids. It's also a peace of mind that you will get a golden visa. And the good thing about golden visa, you can travel, come back whenever you want. So you have an ownership in this city. You are what we call citizen by choice. Mm-hmm. You've chosen to be here. You've chosen to be part of this. So real estate is, and also you're saving from rental, because rental is going up. I've seen a lot of people.
Same as interest rate. Yeah, it's going up as well. Yeah. But what you said, the residency and other stuff, it helps, in my opinion, to attract more foreign investors, but to increase home ownership in Dubai of the people who are working here. Let's say you are the manager in some company, you are getting some salary, I don't know how much. Is there any plan to help them to buy more by providing more affordable mortgages, or maybe reducing the down payments, or it's not in the agenda of the government, or this is something that central bank do, not the land department?
Yeah. Well, actually, the central bank has a big role and the banking system here, because at the end of the day, before financial crisis 2008, we used to have a high LTV, loan to value, up to 90% sometimes, and even 95%. But then when the banking sector got hit by the 2008 recession, it was a global, it reached us here. So they found out that the lending practices needed revision, and that's why the central bank had lowered LTV, and it can go now up to 85% and 80%, depending if you're local or non-local. So this is 15% to 20% down payment.
25.
Yeah.
No.
And it can go to 75% LTV, which is 25. However, the issue here is not about the LTV. It's the valuation. Now, the banks, when they value your property, you're buying it at 1 million, but they do valuation, they may tell you it's 900 or 850. So they're giving you LTV based on that lower number, which will increase your down payment. So what I think the payment plan that developers are doing is a good action to help with home ownership. You know, because...
Do you know how it changed in the last 4 months, let's say, with MR? Before it was like 60-40, now it's 90-10.
Yeah.
So it like kind of looks like MR is like making it a bit more complicated. But yeah, we'll see how it...
You know, I don't like to comment on what developers are doing. I'm sure they study it commercially. But I think developers like Ammar, who has done great salt, and they're one of the leaders of the market, they know that there is a risk of long payment plan.
Yeah.
And by providing payment plan, you act like a bank. And there's so much risk in that, of default, non-payment, and so on. So I think that's a smart decision in a way, because it reduces the risk on Ammar. And still Ammar and Nakhil and all those government developers are good quality developers, and they've sold a lot of properties. So cash for them was not an issue and is not an issue. However, if there is any correction in the market or if there is any slowdown, you already got 90%. So you guarantee that this guy will pay the 10% and take the property. However, if you give them 10% and then 90 on delivery or 80 or 70, well, there's a probability if the prices go down, then maybe such an investor will not have access to finance, or maybe say, okay, I will forego the 20%, I don't want it, and I'm not going to pay. So that will also endanger the whole project. It may not be completed on time because half of the investor may decide not to pay. So, you know, it's more about risk return. So I don't know, this is my personal opinion. I'm not like giving any official opinion on what the developers are doing, but I think we need
it makes
to
sense from
study
a financial point of view. It attracts more holders, not people who want to flip. Mahmoud, there are so many new agencies and agents on the market in the last 2 years. Like, do you have a statistics? Are we quadrupled in the numbers? Or
I stopped counting, but you know what? I'm so happy that we have so many of them.
The government likes this, yeah?
I mean, see, now you can have your own company without a local partner. You can easily set up a company. You don't need an office most of the time. We have virtual offices. We have
Is it true that at some point it wasn't the number of the licenses that got issues were reduced by the government? That you cannot open the real estate.
We don't.
It wasn't like that.
I don't think it was reduced. The reduction of number of licenses is commercial decisions. Some firms seeing that they could not survive, they canceled their license. But when now the market is doing great and it's easy to set up a business, you don't need a local partner, you don't need an office most of the time. You can do with an office in a small business center. So the costs to set up a brokerage company has gone low. There is no a course that you have to pay 3,000 for each individual. All you need to do is an exam for 770 dirhams, and that was a recent thing. So overall, I think scale is important. Big agencies who have hundreds of agents made more money. Why? Because there is something called economics of scale. The more you have, then each broker will add to your profitability. However, this is always linked to economic conditions. It's not like the government does on purpose try to reduce number. I mean, sometimes you say, okay, I want only quality brokers. So you start strengthening and say, there is an exam. Pass a grade 75. Maybe do this continuous education. Maybe they become strict on compliance. They see your permit, your listing. If there's any fake listing, you get a fine.
Now, on top of that, KYC.
Yeah. If you do a fake listing, if you do cold calling. So such measures, not to reduce the number, but to make sure only the great ones stay and the bad one go out.
Yeah. Mahmoud, what is your take on the artificial intelligence? Will it shake our industry in terms of the real estate agents?
In the short term, it will impact little, but over the long term, yes. But I don't think we will reach a point that AI will replace brokers. Well, actually, it will help them to optimize their stuff. Let me give you example of Really and the program that the software and the application that you have itself. So imagine now the off-plan market is you have full information about it. You can approach developers. You can know the stock that they have. You can sell your property internationally. So technology will help you to make fast decision. Will make you do things more efficiently. Will help you to save cost. So, as you know, customers nowadays, they always go to technology. They want to know more about stuff before they buy. So overall, I think gradually technology will impact our industry. Real estate, as a traditional industry, has been one of the least innovative industries. But it's still, we see there's some progress in that, and this will continue. But I always get this question that, do you think that technology will replace brokers? I don't think so, at least for the coming few decades.
Even decades?
Yeah, till we pass away.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And Mahmoud, the last question, unfortunately, we're running out of time. What is your take on the on the market in the next year?
Well, I'm very optimistic that this market will continue to have great opportunities. The only thing we need to know when to invest and when to exit. There's still opportunities, but I think we need to be also very careful where to invest, with which developer to invest, and which quality we're looking for. Location is important. Asset class itself is important. So over the 1 year coming, I think the prices will be stable, okay, and the opportunities will always be there.
Well, I said it was the last question, but I have one more question. You mentioning it's important to deal with the good developer.
Yeah.
What I cannot understand is that if a developer launches the project, he has an escrow account and he has some commitments to build, and he has a motivation to finish it earlier because as usually he gets 40% upon completion of the project. So basically, the developer has the same interest as an investor. Why these delays happens?
The delays in delivering the project?
Yes, that the money is there. Like, is it a mistake during the planning that they made, or is there any other things that we don't know about?
No, sometimes to get certain approvals, if you are a sub-developer, you may need to get few NOC from the master developer to get things done. So that can delay things. You may need to, your design hasn't been approved from day one. You need to go and resubmit. And as you know, nowadays we have a lot of new projects, and the pressure on regulator, the pressure on design, the pressure on consultants, and also we have less contractors than before. We've seen some big...
We have less contractors than before.
Yeah.
But they become bigger? Or?
No, actually some, like 1 or 2 contractors went out of business.
Oh,
big
Aramco.
ones. Yeah, Arabtech and other contracting companies. So I think if we want the market to be fast and the delivery to be faster, maybe we need to attract more contracting quality companies to the market. I think the delay nowadays is much less than before. If you talk about 10, 15 years ago, we used to have delays by years. Now we talk about a couple of months, few months. And this is fine. Real estate, you have supply chain issue. In COVID time, materials did not reach on time, and spike in the construction cost. So COVID and the war between Russia and Ukraine also had impacted the supply chain globally. So materials don't reach on time. You have fewer contractors, and those future contractors, they're having so many opportunities, so many projects. So Yeah, but still, by international means, delivering a project with 1 year late or 6 months late is still
considers okay.
Yeah,
because so
still
many things
reasonable.
involved, and it's not always has to do with the financial thing.
Yeah.
With the developer.
However, actually, I've seen recently a lot of developers delivered 6 months ahead of time.
Sheba.
Yeah, and then the investor said, "But we don't have the money now. Please give us time."
I had the same situation with Sheba.
I don't want to name them, but in general, we have some developers who delivered on even 6 months ahead of time. So people complain about getting things before time, and they complain about after time.
There is always something. Mahmoud, thank you so much for your time today. I'm sure we'll have to do another session to discuss a few more topics. We can squeeze everything in one. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this session as well. I hope you shared your stories. If you didn't, you can do it right now. Just mute my voice that I'm asking you to share the stories. And tag Really and tag Dr. Mahmoud, and we'll see you in the next podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yay!